Hey everyone, my name is Trevor, I'm from Inspired Method, and I'm here today with Tahner Freely from the Fuzion Bakery, and this is the Fuzion Bakery YouTube channel, so you're going to see a lot more from Fuzion Bakery, and today's topic is why an airline pilot started a bakery in Edmonton, Airline Pilot being this guy right here. Okay, so as always, we start our videos with a quote and a statistic. So our quote for today is from Les Brown. It says, "Too many of us are not living our dreams because we're living in our fears." That's a very good one. I love that one.
Yeah,
it's so true. You know, taking the leap and moving forward with a new business takes some guts and courage.
Yeah,
right?
I jumped through a few fears on that one.
Absolutely. And here's a fact that you may not know. Betty Crocker doesn't actually exist. Betty Crocker was a fictional person originally created by the Washburn Crosby Company to give a personalized response to customers' questions. Before becoming the face of her own brand, she was given a friendly first name and last name of a retired employee. So there you go, marketing.
Marketing, yeah.
It's all about perception and what people want to see in a lot of cases. But delivering a high quality product is of utmost importance. So tell us a little bit about the story and frame our video today.
So yeah, the story, I guess, a few lines. It's kind of a story of circumstance and timing. So having a dream of owning a business, but not having enough time, or taking that plunge to quit your job and go full steam. So the circumstances, we'll get into that.
All right, so I've got some questions for you today. Hopefully you guys will dig into this and learn more about Fuzion Bakery, because it's not open yet. Fuzion Bakery, as the time of this video, is not quite open yet, but it's going to be open in North Edmonton, and it's going to be amazing. We're going to have some high quality donuts. We're going to have cronuts. We're going to have all kinds of delicious treats that are Tahner's favorites, which is part of the reason why he wanted to start this, because he's like, I need to find the right one for me in Edmonton, and can't find it, so we're going to make it ourselves. All right, so number one, how long have you been an airline pilot for, sir?
So when you say airline pilot, I started in 2011 flying for an airline out of Edmonton here.
Mm-hmm.
That was the airline pilot. I flew about 5 years commercially before that. So that was up until last year, and then the circumstances kicked in.
Circumstances being COVID-19.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and that changed some things for you, given the opportunity now. All right, so tell me, what are some of the pros and cons of being an airline pilot?
Yeah, there's a lot of pros. As far as a job goes, it's nice. You kind of feel like you're on your own. You're not in the office. You're not with management. You're out doing your own thing. You show up to the airport, you meet the other guys, you go to your work and you leave. That's it, you're done. So the schedule is nice. You don't have to work most of the time as many days as you would on a 9 to 5, 16 to 18 days a month. Your schedule is always different, which is something I really like too. So every month you get your schedule, and it is different. You don't know what you're doing until you get it, and then you kind of plan around it. So you might have 4-day trip, and then you go come back and you get 3 days off. You do a couple single days, maybe day off in between. It's all random. I really like that. The cons, of course, you're gone. You can be gone for 4 or 5 days on the road. It's not as easy to eat and clean and that kind of thing. So yeah, there's some pros and cons about it, but it's a good job.
Yeah, and you get to see different places, right?
Yeah, you go, different places depending on what the airline. You get to see different places. It's kind of cool. Maybe not as glamorous as it was back in the 70s, and
right.
When you go somewhere and you got 4 or 5 days off, it's not like that anymore. But still, you get to travel. Yeah.
Cool. So next question we have for you is, how long have you desired to own your own business?
Well, really, it truly goes back quite a ways. I remember thinking about it with my brother back when we were teenagers, 14, 15, 16. I grew up on a farm, so, my dad's kind of the small business and grew up with that. And we always talked about owning our own thing. So I have dabbled in it. I have owned a business and, doing a franchise restaurant or doing real estate, but it was always on the side, something just on the side. It was never full time. And so I've thought about it a really long time. I've wanted to do it. It's just hard to hard to quit the
Hard to
job,
quit.
right?
It is, yeah. Was in the same position. It's hard to quit. So what are some of the other ventures that you've done before that kind of brought you to this point today?
Yeah, so when I was we got out of school and got my job, and my brother and I were talking, and so the first thing we were trying to do is just get into the commercial real estate, owning a 4-unit building or something like that. We couldn't find something that we thought was a good deal, and we've happened onto a franchise, a fast food place. So we got into that for a little while. It wasn't McDonald's or Tim Hortons, so ended up crashing and burning a little bit on that one. So then we did get into real estate, doing house renovations, flipping houses. So that was just contracting workers to do that. So something I was able to do on the side. Then we got into manufacturing, you can call it. I teamed up with a guy that created a product, so we were trying to get it made in China and get it sold and with reps and stuff into stores. So that was a lot of learning curve too, but again, something that wasn't full time. So a little bit of broad experience in different things. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So next question is, where did you get the idea to start a bakery? Where did that idea come from?
Well,
Airline Pilot to fast food restaurant, other products, and where? I don't get it. Where did that come from?
Yeah, it's maybe off the normal. What it was is our friend is a baker, and so she was wanting to do something, and then I seen a bakery come up for sale, and I thought, well, maybe we could do something together, and then that just basically led one thing led to another. About over a year's time, trying to get that bakery, and it didn't work out, and then thinking of starting our own, and that's basically what happened there. It was just a progression.
That's where we are. And now I know, in talking with you beforehand, that it seems that you are drawn to the sweet stuff. You're drawn to the baked goods. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, there's no denying I got a sweet tooth. I kind of laugh. Maybe it comes from my mom. She does too. But yeah, so anyway, I've always been drawn to bakeries, traveling. If we've been to Europe or whatever, traveling to different cities, any bakery, I would always have to go in. I want to see what they have. I want to try what they have. So it was, in there. I did. The bakery type of thing, I guess, was kind of percolating. I've always loved that, and I do love baked goods, so it kind of worked out, I guess.
The kid in you is like, yes, bakery.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, exactly, yeah.
Okay, so now, which bakeries have you been to that inspire you, and that do you want to model the Fuzion Bakery after?
Yeah. Well, there's, I find that when you go into each bakery, you might pick out something, one thing maybe from those. So of course we're gonna have donuts, so I would try to go to places that have donuts and test them. There might, the famous donut mill down in Red Deer.
Yeah.
There's Take 5 Donuts. Just trying different donuts in the city and different cities, and trying to figure out what it is about each one that's unique. So there's a few in the city here that do a really good job on donuts, and then other products that will have cakes, or will it be cookies, so there's a bunch of different bakeries out there. We're just trying to kind of take ideas from each of them, make it our own.
Find the best ones. And what's that one in New York that you talked about? I can't remember.
Yeah, Supermoon Bakery.
Supermoon.
I only just came across that. I was just doing an exercise looking for some inspiration, and came across those guys. Yeah, they do some amazing things down there, and I wanted to pull some of that into our place too, because it's unique, nothing that's not done here really. So I wanted to make it unique and interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited for it. Now, do you really love donuts, or do you just want to sell donuts?
No, I have to say, if I had a choice of what I wanted to eat, just one thing, and a sweet thing, there's a high chance I would be picking a donut. Yeah, I do love them. It's not just a business thing. I do love them. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta love them. Gotta love what you do. And if you love what you do, you're such a thin, small guy. See if we'll pack on some pounds on you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay. Now, besides donuts, what other baked goods will Fuzion Bakery be making when you first start?
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of thinking about it, a lot of testing and trying to, hone in on exactly what will work. We have the donut, and our donut's going to be a little different in the dough that we use. It's going to be a brioche based dough, and what that leaves us is it allows us to use it in different forms. So for example, a lot of times a cinnamon bun will use kind of a bread dough, but brioche is a type of bread dough, but it's a sweeter type and a little fluffy. So we'll use that in our cinnamon bun, and I'm quite confident our cinnamon bun will potentially be the best cinnamon bun you've ever had. So we're going to be doing that. We'll have cookies and again, like, the cinnamon raisin cookie or something. We don't want to just serve just the cookie. We want to try to make whatever we make memorable in a way. Maybe it'll be a sandwich cookie. Maybe it'll be something different like that. We're going to have cakes. We're going to have cakes more like for birthdays and anniversaries and gifts, stuff like that. So there'll be kind of unique cakes, kind of set stuff that you can order, come pick up. That'll be really a start for us to get going, and then we'll add later. If you check Supermoon, for example, when they started, they had a couple products, and now, like, I just saw their site, they got a lot of stuff. Well, one thing I missed would be as a bakery, we want to have something that's a savory too. So we'll be doing a focaccia, a bread with different toppings. It could be like it'll almost be like a pizza thing. It's going to be pretty good. There's a place in Seattle that does a really good job. So we're going to kind of use some of their stuff.
So it's not just donuts, not just the sweet things. Also going to have some savory items. That'd probably be more for me, because I'm more of a savory kind of guy. Although cinnamon buns, I will go for a good cinnamon bun. Cinnamon buns would be maybe one thing that I would go for sure. But I'm more on the savory side of things with my taste, and the inner fat guy in me loves nachos and ice cream. Right. So ice cream sandwich idea is a great idea. Yeah. All right. So next, besides you, who is really working to help you alongside in creating this amazing up-and-coming bakery?
We have you guys, the marketing side of things. That's the number one. That's one of the things I found is my weakness. So, you learn the things in business as you go along, and trying to find people that fill in your weakness. So the marketing side, these guys are helping us a lot, which is going to be great. And then also on the baking side, I'm not a professional baker.
Airline Pilot. Airline guy.
So I'm kind of trying to bring my business experience in, and we teamed up. We do have a partner. He's a really experienced guy. He used to run the Fairmont Hotel in Lake Louise. He's a pastry chef. He's going to run the baking, the back end, the kitchen end. So yeah, I feel like we have got a pretty good team put together to hit kind of all areas of the business and grow it and become something.
Nice. Now, why did you decide to put the bakery on the north side of Edmonton?
Yeah.
Like, what was the decision behind that?
It's a good question, because there's other areas that seem to draw people, and might come to mind at first, 124th Street or White Ave. I mean, those two areas
Jasper.
they draw people in and think like, okay, like we want to be there. But I live on the north side personally, and I drive around. And when I'm driving, sometimes I'm thinking, I'd love something. And I don't have a place to go on the north side. So why not on the north side? And then, the more I think about it, you look into it, there's not a lot. And that's what it is. We want to fill a void. We feel like there's not anybody providing a good product to the people on the north side, north of the Yellowhead when I say the north side. So yeah, it's we found a great location. We're just trying to get it finalized, and if we do, it's going to be great. It's a good busy spot, be convenient for everybody, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be great, and let everybody know on the north of the Yellowhead Trail that there's going to be a fantastic bakery where they don't have to go to a Tim Hortons or to a grocery store bakery in order to get any baked goods, because those both have a mass-produced type of not super awesome flavor, not customized, not special, right? Where you're gonna have basically everything fresh baked right there, on a daily basis.
Yeah, well, that's the whole genesis really, is going back to the early days of a bakery, or each bakery was fresh every day. The baker gets up and makes it fresh. We want to bring that back. We found that, like you say, a Tim Hortons or a grocery store, even Safeway, they were known for their donuts, but those donuts are not baked fresh, and they're not baked fresh there. So everything we have, we want to bring that back. I believe that's something people want, is something that's baked fresh, made with unique stuff. You can change the flavors. We're going to have a really good flavor combination, and it'll rotate. It's not going to always be the same thing. So
yeah, no, that's awesome. Now, what are some of the long-term plans that you have for Fuzion Bakery?
Well, I tend to kind of think big when I have plans. There's a lot of areas. The nice, really fun thing about a bakery is there's kind of different avenues you can go down. There's a lot of different things you can try. So one of the things that we want to do, we want to have our a fun retail space. People come daily, get donuts and whatever they get from us on a daily basis. But then there's also other things. If you have a wedding, we can help you out with that. We can make the cake. We can make the donut wall. We can make the desserts. We can do a lot of that fun stuff for events, catered events. But also we want to get into the equipment that we're going to get will allow us to make, so bread, if we get once like the evolution comes around, getting the bread, but we want to get into trying to create a care pack that people can buy, say on a weekly recurring basis, on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Maybe we'll show up with a care pack. It'll have some like artisan bread, some baguettes, croissants, donuts, just a mix of stuff, and you get that every week. We want to we're going to try to do that delivery side of things. So there's a lot of different areas, and then wholesale, that's more the business side. So the wholesale, doing wholesale deliveries and kind of a larger volume in that sense. So anyway, there's a lot of avenues. The bakery is a cool business for that. There's a lot of things you can try and do, and we're gonna, one thing at a time, but we got a lot of plans.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for answering those questions and allowing me to interview you today on your Fuzion Bakery web channel, YouTube channel. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited for it, and I like your big thinking idea, because it goes back to, if you've ever seen the Mighty Ducks and the Hawks, right? It ain't worth winning if you don't win big, right? Yeah. So we want to win big with Fuzion Bakery, and just letting you guys know that is coming. It's going to be on the north side of Edmonton, and you're going to have an option. You're going to have a delicious, flavorful, amazing choice for baked goods on the north side. So until next time, we will see you guys, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Bye.